Okay, I've got some bad news and I've got some really bad news, unless you live in Wales. But what I also have is how to beat the driving test waiting times. Trust me, I know you're under so much pressure. When you finally find a driving test for 6 months' time, you have to pass it, or you'll be stuck trying to find another one. I'm going to tell you the driving test centres with the lowest waiting times and the highest pass rates, so that you can find a driving test much quicker and have more chance of passing. If you can find someone who's not your driving instructor who can travel with you to take a driving test at somewhere further away, you should definitely consider a driving test centre with a higher pass rate and lower waiting times. Remember, to take a driving test you don't need an instructor. All you need is a car that meets the requirements. You don't need dual controls, you do need learner insurance, L plates front and back, and a secondary interior mirror for the driving examiner. Those are like £7 in Halfords. All you need to do is recruit a friend or family member, drive up to the test area the day before so you can practice a lot to familiarise yourself with the area, stay over, and then pass your test the next day. As a general rule, and to give you some idea of where you need to be practicing, a driving test can go anywhere up to roughly 15 minutes drive away from the driving test centre, and they can cover any public roads but never motorways. Here's the really bad news. Driving test waiting times are up from 15.1 weeks, which is almost 4 months, to 17.3 weeks, which is well over 4 months. And remember, it's capped at 6 months. You can't book a driving test more than 6 months away. If you could, that would be way higher. It gets worse though. The backlog on driving tests has been at over 500,000 people since July 2021. It's currently at 551,271 people waiting on driving tests. Basically, it's just not getting better. So it is time for you to start looking at other strategies instead of waiting for the DVSA to fix it. The DVSA says they've recruited 474 examiners. That's nationwide. Compared to the amount of people that are waiting for driving tests, it's nothing. And they've improved the booking site. Now, in the comments, please, has anybody noticed any improvement to the booking site? Because I sure haven't. So if you're looking for a driving test and you can't find one, and you can recruit a mate who's got a car who can take you to a driving test, here's the best places nationwide with the highest pass rates and the lowest waiting times for you to book yours at. Or if you're just trying to get a placeholder test so that you can get on the system and use one of the cancellation apps, this info is mega useful for you too. First up, we've got Newton in Wales, which has a 6.5 week wait, which is just over a month, and a whopping 73.5% pass rate. That's a good bet. Then we've got Galashiels in Scotland, which has a 10.4 week wait and a 67.2% pass rate. If you're from roughly Midlands, then your best bet is Kendal near the Lake District, which has a 15.4 week wait, which again is really long, but the pass rate is 62.9%. For driving tests, that's a lot. If you're from near London, where I'm from, then Chichester is probably your best bet. It's got a 10.2 week wait, which is roughly 2.5 months, but the pass rate is 66.5%. For London, that's incredible. I'll tell you why. Just for bants, let's see how bad it is at some test centres. Erith in London, which is notoriously the worst place to take a driving test at, has a pass rate of 26.2%. Okay. Then again in London, Belvedere has a pass rate of 29%, which means just over a quarter, only a quarter of everyone that turns up at Belvedere passes a driving test. Leeds has 32.6%, Rochdale has 34%, Wolverhampton has a pass rate of only 35.7%. Now, you can see why it's so beneficial to book a driving test somewhere with a higher pass rate if you have to pass first time. And obviously, I'm not saying that it's easier to pass in some places than it is others, but with those statistics, I kind of am. I hope you found this little update useful and that you can go and book a driving test now and pass it. If you've got any more questions about booking and taking a driving test without a driving instructor, put it in the comments. I'm always there with you guys commenting back as well. And check out the video in the bottom right corner if you want more tips to pass your driving test first time.